Honest thoughts on Marcus Rashford this season. Now, we know he's not been good enough and he has found it difficult to maintain consistency and score goals. But in this video, we'll be delving deep what Rashford must do better. Is there a potential X on the card? And yeah, we're giving you his thoughts, or my thoughts on the Rashford situation so far. Now, it's not been the best of season for him compared to the season he had last season. He's been absolutely rubbish this season. I think he's found it difficult to start games. He's been playing on the right-hand side, playing on the left-hand side. He has found it difficult, but for me, that's no excuse. I think the Rashford we saw last season may have just been a purple patch, but we know he's certainly there. He scored some absolute worldies for Manchester United in his time, and he has been a fantastic player. We know what he can do on the pitch. We've seen it consistently. Yes, the seasons have not been good enough, in my opinion, and particularly this season has not been good enough. But certainly Rashford, under Erik ten Hag, has shown what a player he can be. Now in this season, he's managed 8 goals, 6 goals in 26 games, 2 assists as well. So it's not been the standards that you expect. From a player like Rashford, you expect probably 20 goals and assists a season. He's that sort of calibre. When he's on it, he's one of the best wingers in the world for me. And he found it very difficult. Now, we don't know what that is, whether that's stuff going on off the pitch. We don't know, but he has struggled. You can see some people are questioning his attitude. He's obviously done that interview with the Players' Tribune saying that no one can question his attitude to the club. Yes, you can say that, but it's all about how you show it on the pitch. And for me, he hasn't shown it enough this season. As I said, he's been playing that striker as well, which is some way poorly, but he doesn't want to play. And with Rashford, he's a player who does expect a lot, but he could be someone that, as I said, does find purple patches. If you look at his best season for Manchester United, which was last season, he got 22 goals and assists in 35 matches. Now, the season before that, he got 4 goals and 2 assists. So Rashford is proven to be a very, very inconsistent player if you look at the stats, and some of his performances, particularly this season, have not been good enough, in my opinion. As I said, there's no doubt his ability. He's the top player. But it's all about consistency enough, and that's where some players have gone wrong, and other players who probably not from the academy. You look at Pogba, a world-class player on his day, but did that day coming off at Manchester United? There's been rumours that Rashford may be looking to leave Manchester United. Now, that's immediately been turned down, but you've got to reevaluate that on the cards. Now, he obviously never want to move away from Manchester United. His dream club, someone who he's been at Manchester United Academy since the age of 7. He would not want to move. He signed a new contract, which he's on a lot of wages to 2028. And whether that new contract is why he's not playing good enough, I think he kind of took his foot off the gas there. Could be something looked at. But for me, if you look at Rashford's games this season, as I said, he's played left wing, right wing, striker. He hasn't had a steady position. But still, as I said, as a forward, you should be able to play everywhere. There shouldn't be a fixed position where you want to play. And as I said, no one can question his commitment to Manchester United. But for me, particularly this season, he hasn't showed that he's going out of 50-50. He's not going into challenges 100%. Not really tracking back defensively. So if he is doing everything he can to be at Manchester United, I want to see him do more. I think he's worked under Erik ten Hag really, really well. And yeah, he's a player certainly that Manchester United, certainly in my opinion, have not got the best out, particularly this season. If you look at this season, he has got... Oh no, sorry, this season's got 6 goals and 2 assists, so it's not been the best season. There's still 12 or 11 Premier League games left, so if he can prove that GA, then it'd be massively important. We've got cup games coming up as well, so the chance for him to get some more goals and assists. And games and football's not all about goals and assists, we know that. And with Rashford, if we can just see him being a bit more confident, sometimes he is the best. Rashford is when he's playing with confidence, and you can see that on his face. Someone who goes out as a player consistently, and that's something that he hasn't been doing. And all of our wingers haven't been doing that, to be fair. They're not wingers who go outside and make it difficult for the defender. They're someone who comes in and shoots. And for me, with Rashford, when he goes on the outside, he's electric. He can pull out a skill move, put in a good cross. And yes, he's kind of been a bit dismantled with Manchester United this season with the injuries. But for me, that doesn't stop your player from playing well. Rashford's been available most of the season and started most games. And for me, it's all about having the impact that he can. Now, for me, as I said, I want to see him go on the outside even more, putting in some crosses, just varying the game. You look at top-class wingers in the league, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, 2 great examples. They're players who add a lot of variety to the game. They can go on the outside, go on the inside, and they're very, very good at that. Now, with Rashford, he does seem to be a pretty one-sided player, someone who likes to cut inside. So that is something for me. He needs to add variety to his game, which will make it unpredictable for the defender. I think currently most defenders know what Rashford's going to do. He's going to cut inside and look for a shot. So yeah, that variety isn't certainly needed to his game. and that's something that obviously he can add. But yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, now if he was to leave Manchester United, there's been numerous of options. I think PSG being the obvious one, with Kylian Mbappe moving on to Real Madrid or another club. So yeah, that could be an option that Manchester United look to explore, and it's looking very unlikely that they will.